In a world of uncertainty and turmoil, one man stands alone, along with his faithful sidekick. A man who entertains and educates the masses weekly, 70% of the time. Born out of the dusty plains of Washington State, now from the coastal forests of Oregon. The man, the myth, the man, G23.
Welcome everyone to Saturday Evening Chats. This is episode 93, and we are joined tonight by the co-host extraordinaire, Mr. DM Foss.
Well, hello.
And then Mr. Chris from the 740. Welcome.
Thanks for having me on.
You are welcome. And last but not least so far is Rob D, the New York Outcast.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining. Thanks for having me.
You are welcome. First in tonight was Jason Stewart, followed by Jerry Parker, Jet 001, Rob D, the New York Outcast, Big Al, AR Guns 1776, Jay Monty is out there. Chris from the 740 pulling double duties. Reloader 762. And T-Mont is out there. Gun websites. Lakeview Outdoors. Sam of Anarchy. Michael Hurtneck. AK Lover. Uncle John. Burnaby Sanchez. Foss is out there. And the Tactical FUD, along with Uncle John. So welcome everyone. And I don't really have anything. I haven't really been paying attention to if there's anything in the news. I know Ottawa has been popping pretty good the last week or so with the truckers going. So I don't know if anyone's paying attention to any of that stuff going on up in Ottawa.
I've been watching that, so the lady's been all over it. Yeah, a lot going on, so a lot more than the news is putting out there, that's for sure. And, it seems like they're trying to tailor it a certain way as usual, so glad to hear that the people who donated aren't going to have to go through a bunch of hoops to get their money back. So I guess GoFundMe or whatever was initially going to make people send in a request form, or they were going to donate it to a charity of their choosing. So that would upset me.
Well, that could have ended up costing GoFundMe a lot of money. I guess if you go to your bank and dispute it, every dispute costs them like $17, something like that.
I heard 15.
Yeah,
a lot of people are trying to do that now, just to cancel it before, just to kind of slap them back.
So if they had kept that $8 million, it would have cost them $9 million, something like that.
Pretty shady stuff in a sense. They can support all types of other things, but got a problem with that in a sense. Crazy stuff, but seems to be a big divide in our community about that, which I find is kind of strange. Lots of people complain about the mask, bitch about this and that. It's bullshit, but why wouldn't you support it? I don't really know. But I guess to each their own.
Yeah. So I want to say hello to Thoughts of Old Soldier, Ting Ting, and 223 DMR, who has popped in. So welcome, guys and gals. Yeah, there was like I know they were talking. There was like $10 million that they're gonna, I guess, refund. And I still don't even understand why they froze it, because it's not like there was any fraud going on, you know, that I know of.
Apparently, the town there, I don't know, Ottawa or whatever it is, contacted the people at the GoFundMe. Had a lot of people put requests out for people to go tell them to stop giving money to this unlawful thing or whatever, stop the fund. So supposedly Trudeau, or no, you can't say it right. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Supposedly he spoke to them themselves or put a request in too. So who knows? Maybe that was enough, but obviously we've seen this before with even geez, can't think of his name now. That's horrible. The kid with the shooting there down at the one that was attacked.
Oh, Kyle?
Huge case, Rittenhouse. Yeah. I mean, we've seen the same type of thing where they want to just, can people for no reason from their site. So apparently they can be persuaded pretty easily. So, it's kind of crappy.
Yeah. So, say hello to the Robert Ribbit Harrison. He's a newer startup channel. So we got LBJ, Lead Bullet Junkie, out in the crowd. Cranky Cletus is out there.
Let me throw a link up to Robert's channel.
Let me. Yeah, if you can.
Yeah, you got me set up too. Go find this thing. I can do that for a little bit. Throw out some channels here.
So what's your guys' take on this?
Yeah, I agree with what's going on, with them, protesting, the unlawful mandates. It is, it should always be personal choice. Being forced to do something, in my opinion, is complete BS. And it's way overstepping. There's a deal where I don't know exactly what state or where it was happening, but a mom was forced to get vaccinated to go to her daughter's wedding, and she ended up in the hospital from side effects from the shot. So
About you, Chris, you been following this at all, or not much?
Sorry, I have my mic off.
No problem.
No, I haven't really been following it that much, to be honest with you. I just been what we've been talking about every weekend on here. But
Mr. Mouse Man.
I've been kind of keeping tabs on it. Now and again, I'll watch a little bit of the live streams just to see, what's going on. And they're holding fast. They're saying they're not moving. And the Mounties put up a roadblock. They got around the roadblock. Some more people got in. When they put up the roadblock, I guess they was it earlier this week or last week, when the Mounties put up the roadblocks, so they flew in supplies, food and stuff, and they're, for the most part, they're doing it the right way. It's peaceful. They're noisy. I guess I didn't realize, but they're honking their horns
all day and night.
Yeah,
all day and night.
that's
And that's some
definitely
of the,
noisy.
yeah, some of the people that live there.
You're pro.
Have complained about the honking. Saw a video of a guy that's screaming, for the love of God, stop honking. And then somebody else said, even when the honking stops, it'll haunt me.
Yeah, I've seen that video too. He was pretty pissed.
So
yeah, it's got to be an inconvenience if you're right there. I mean, for sure. But unfortunately, that's kind of the point. But it is good to see that they are, making negotiations or allowing traffic through, repeatedly allowing the police through areas, even though the police try to single people out at some points. Actually, sorry, not that one. That's Australia. Got that confused. But basically, they're not being like BLM, dragging people out of cars, destroying shit, burning shit down, which some people in the community referred them to or related them to, which I thought was ridiculous. Actually, I was hoping somebody else was paying attention, because they're actually like out there cleaning up everything out on the streets and this and that. Kind of just like us, in some cases, gun guys do. We police our own. So, but some media seems to be trying to make it out to be something it's not. But I guess, anybody familiar with January 6th should already be used to that. So I'm hoping people don't fall for it.
There was a reporter that was saying they were taking food that was supposed to be for the homeless. But there's video of them actually feeding the homeless with food that they had brought in. So it seems like it was fairly well planned, because there's another area that they had kind of talked about going to, but they decided not to, because there's like a couple hospitals and stuff where they didn't want to clog up that area.
Yeah, and they're still leaving paths for, emergency vehicles to get through if necessary, and plows to get through. So, I know Range Bros TV has jumped in. James Pollard has jumped in. Ting Ting. And the one and only Ghost Tactical. Miss Vanessa Kitty's out there.
Hey, Robert, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And right back at you. I subbed your channel, too.
Yep. I'm starting to find some of these smaller channels, or some of these smaller channels have found my channel. Like, Robert had subbed to my channel, and then anytime somebody subs, I, will look and see if they've got content and stuff, and I try to sub them back.
Yep.
And even some that don't have content, I'll, just sub them back. Just because, it's nice to do.
Yeah, I do the same thing. If they have any content, I sub them back.
You got a picture of a Glock, G23 is definitely going to sub.
Yeah.
Hey, it only took 17 minutes for Rob to bust your balls on the Glock.
Oh, he was busting it out in the chat to begin with.
The timer was on, huh?
That's all he's got.
If Ghost wants to jump in, I can send him a link. He's saying that he's stranded at home. So he's in Chris's shoes for the last couple days.
Yeah. I'm not going to complain too much. That's the first time that's happened in a long time here. We've had some pretty mild winters the last few years.
We had a bunch of, first it was rain, then sleet, and it basically accumulated like sleet, and then it all just froze. So that was a pain. Like it's actually like using the road where the car was, and I had to rock it to get out of the U's that were just solid ice. It's amazing how you walk around and it's at least 4 inches ice next to where it might be clear or something because you dealt with that area or something. It's all ice, man. Heavy, wet stuff. You got to use like a flat metal shovel to even try to loosen it up, and you can't get to the bottom layer, but you can get most of the top stuff off, which is kind of turned like to a sandpaper snow, I guess. Man, it's nasty stuff out there.
That'll happen around here where it'll snow and then it'll melt and then it'll freeze. So you get those ruts. And sometimes it's an adventure when because you're going where that rut is. And you just hope somebody didn't drive off the road.
Thanks for getting that, DJ Play Nice. I was on it, but you beat me to it. Did he get it? Yeah, he got it. All right.
Trying to pull Big Al's
Channel?
Yeah.
I can get it for you. I'm just kind of grabbing them as they pop up here.
Oh.
So where's your wife at, man?
In the room where she belongs.
Oh yeah. So we're not gonna be able to talk to her tonight.
She Fires has jumped out in the crowd. She was doing a breathing treatment and stuff, so.
Good to see you, She Fires.
If she wants, she has a link to jump in.
One of these days, we're gonna have to get your wife on there to smack you down, man. I've been waiting a long time for this.
I know. You're just trying to get payback because I've gotten you smacked a couple times on live streams.
You got it coming.
Yeah, Big Al's got some great content.
Yeah, I watched one of his videos last night. I think it's one of his cleaning videos he was doing. Maybe it was this morning I watched it.
Yeah. So, Foss, how I was telling you that my heater was having issues and it didn't always like to work.
Yeah.
So, had it in the shop, $2,000 for a new heater core.
What?
And I got it back. And I got it back Thursday evening. Friday morning, I took it out for a test drive to show the wife how well the heater was working, and the heater didn't work. So it's got to go back.
$2,000. Good Lord, man.
So I got to take it back to the shop Monday so they can try to figure it out. They're like, oh, well, it might be in one of the switches. Everything I've found, it's a sensor issue, but they don't want to listen to that because they wouldn't want me to be correct. Considering
Wow.
yeah, so
Wow.
Was that in your Nissan?
yeah, it's in my Rogue.
Wow.
Good thing I'm not paying this bill.
Yeah, probably at least half of that's labor because you got to dig to get to those heater cores.
$1,400 and about $1,400 in labor.
Yeah.
I'd never pay that to do that. Like, that's crazy to me. So I don't know, but I swapped my own, so or I've done them. So it's a pain, but it's not that big of a deal. I mean, you know, for $1,400, I'll be doing it myself. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but see, I have a bumper-to-bumper warranty that covers any and all. So,
Well, good for you. You're still without your vehicle for a time period.
So you'll get reimbursed for all that then?
oh, they pay the shop directly. I don't have to pay a dime.
Oh, good deal.
Yeah, I just take my car and say, here you go, fix it. It's under warranty.
Yeah, and they screw it up, and then you gotta wait longer.
They had on the Outlander that I used to have had a I forget exactly what was wrong with something with the heater controls, and whoever worked on it must have been brand new mechanic because he kind of screwed stuff up, scratched stuff up, went back in. They had told me they had put a new part in, and I could tell it wasn't a new part. I knew it was the old part, and so I yelled at everybody and then told them, give me the part, and I went home and I put it in myself.
I've had those experiences. Right, pay somebody to press wheel bearings in for you, and they blow out the back grease like they don't support it and stuff. Yeah, stupid stuff like that. It's like, my goodness, I was trying to save time to have you do it, and I got to go home and do it any damn way. It's ridiculous.
Yep. Yeah. The look on their face when I brought it back in Friday morning, they were like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it had a Ford 500, which nobody knows what it was, but it's a sedan. And
Well, you had the old Ford 500s. Those things were, 4-door or the 2-door versions were great back in the late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah, this was the 2005. But they're big and kind of plain looking, but really comfortable. But there was a kind of you'd hear this ting 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 ting, and took it in, and there was a notice for the little heater door thing, so they replaced that. Was driving home and I hear it again, ting 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 ting. Took it back, and turned out it was a rock that was up around the radiator, and at highway speeds it would start moving around, and you would hear it knocking around up by the radiator, ting 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 ting. So they taped it to the invoice when they handed it to me. Said, "Here's your rock."
Yeah, at least they found it.
Talking about something like this.
Yep. Big but really comfortable. The seats, there wasn't quite enough thigh support. They needed to be just a little bit longer, but really smooth. I think it was 200 horsepower V6. So
I'm looking for like this is one of the old school Ford 500s.
yeah, like the old
66.
Galaxy.
Yep. 427 underneath the hood of it.
Yeah, the reason I got rid of that was because of those ruts in the winter. Because I don't miss work. So no matter what the weather is, I don't miss work. And it was really bad one year where it felt like it was going to shake the car apart. So from then on, I started getting all-wheel drive SUVs.
Yeah, it's a good move, probably for
Right there.
I believe their area.
That's the Ford 500. I would.
Those ruts and stuff do raise hell on vehicles, even 4-wheel drive in the end. So it's just more pulling wear and tear, whether it's mud or ice or whatever. Fighting itself a lot with the ruts can be a pain. So it's best to not Baja through it if you can, for your tie rods and ball joints and upper and lower control arm sakes.
The biggest thing was that I absolutely, if there's a problem, I have to be able to get to my family, no matter what. And with switching to something with better ground clearance and all-wheel drive, I had more faith that I could get to where I needed to go to if I ever, if there was a problem.
Definitely. I don't even attempt to drive my car. Like the other day, today, no point. Yeah, I'd be yelling at myself if I was behind me in my truck. I hate that crap. Like get a real vehicle out here in these conditions, so it definitely makes a big difference. And if your family is depending on you, this and that, I feel the same way. Plus, same thing for work. When they shut down roads and stuff, I still go to work. So usually if I wasn't working, I'm definitely working at that point, because when it's that bad, all hell breaks loose. So definitely got to be able to get around, or an emergency to get out of town for some reason. Should definitely be covered for all seasons.
The only time I didn't go to work because of weather was I used to live in a flood zone, and the roads were flooding. So I was afraid if I got out, I couldn't get back in. So I stayed home so I could, stay with my wife and kid.
Practical. And cars aren't boats. You can drive through a bit of water, but I don't recommend surpassing your doors at all in a car. So, and it's really not recommended at all. You can do it, puddles, all that stuff, but keep in mind when you're hitting those waters, a lot of people try to, hit the gas, go right through, thinking keep the pressure on, nothing gets in the exhaust. All that's great, but at the same time, you're also kind of power washing your CV joints, all your grease fittings, your wheel bearings. So you end up flushing those out if you think it's just fun to do and wear through parts a lot quicker.
That, and if that water is moving, that's a lot of power. A lot of people don't realize how much power there is in moving water. That'll take your car, and you have no control at where you're going then.
We got AAF, American Ammo and Firearms out in the crowd. Mad Maxer is out there.
Yep, I'm glad to see him. He's a good friend of mine. That's cool. He's here. Yeah, I got I tested out the 4-wheel drive in my Dodge for the first time today. I was pretty impressed with it. I had drove it up to the gun range and check it out, check the conditions out up there, and romped around in the 4-wheel drive for a little bit there. So
Miss Gunpowder Beauty is out in the crowd. Welcome. Yeah, I had a Ford F-150 extended cab that I took from a guy who hit my car. So
Stole it.
nope, legally
Took a
stole it.
gunpoint.
I legally stole it from him. When I sued him and I sued his wife separately, he decided to cough up the truck real quick so his wife wasn't getting served. So,
Give me 1 sec, King. I'll get that up there.
but I was out playing with it and went through a creek when I was out 4x4 and I shot water. It cleared, good rooster tails rolling off of there, but got water up into the points and had to replace the distributor.
Whoa, points. What year was this?
It was an 88 Ford F-150 pickup with a 351 modified in it.
And you settled for that thing?
Oh no, there was a lot more than that. But that's the that's the only thing I can really discuss.
Okay,
beyond
you can't talk about it. You're married now, and the arrangement you had with the guy's wife is in the past, and we'll move on. We got it.
Yeah, non-disclosure.
Thank you, Gunpowder Beauty, for putting that up there. You beat me to it.
I got such an awesome wife. We were out and about, and I like to go to Love's Truck Stop to get my Coke.
From the lot lizard.
Around out back.
And so when I go in there, I always look at the knives that they have on display. And they had a karambit in there, but it had the American flag with the thin blue line and the thin red line on there. So I was like, yep, I've got to have that.
Did you see Jason's comment?
Well,
Probably, Jason. Probably.
oh crap, that's right. I still got that damn.
Mm-hmm. And you said that's from the gas station?
Yep.
At Love's?
Yep.
Probably a piece of shit, man.
$16. I'm a cheap bastard. As long as it works for a little bit.
Man.
I'm notorious for losing knives, losing sunglasses, breaking sunglasses. So I don't spend a lot of money on stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm with it, but shit, Gerber ain't expensive, and it's warranted, and American made, and it's not cheesy. Not saying that is, but most of those gas station knives, man, they just kill me. Like, who the hell buys those? You know what I mean? Like,
this guy.
I don't know. Glock guys, huh? What shit? And people call me the cheap son of a bitch. Come on, man.
Vanessa's, I think it was Vanessa. No, yeah, Vanessa said, have you seen Uncle Jim's newest video? I just popped it up. He's dressed up again. That's going to probably be a good one.
Oh no.
Got the wig on and everything. Yeah, he's nuts.
Yes, yeah, yes, he can definitely be pretty crazy.
Guy letting it all hang out, huh?
Well, you know, he is a Washingtonian. Just relocated.
He's wearing Utah now.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't remember. Colorado, something like that. Someplace where it gets a lot of snow.
I don't know, wherever he's at, it's beautiful there. Man.
90% of the West Coast is gorgeous. When you get west of the Rockies,
Yeah.
when you actually have mountains, not molehills like you guys have over there.
Please. It's all dried up, dried riverbeds, damn tumbleweeds. Everything's browner than me.
That's not that hard. Yeah, we got lots of rivers and lakes and ocean and yep. You're just jealous because you don't have a good mountain range.
Completely flat here where I live. We got to drive pretty far south to get into the hills.
In the molehills.
The molehills, yep.
Jason says that you guys don't have mountains, but you have freedom. Do you have open carry without a permit?
We do here.
So one factor equals freedom.
We have lots of freedoms here.
I'm just checking.
I was giving Jason a bunch of crap yesterday about why it takes two people to spell Ohio.
That's right. Hey, we just do two letters, right?
Uh-huh. If it takes one person to say OH, and I guess it takes another person to finish it off.
Hey, man, so it's an Ohio thing. Don't be a hater.
You don't hear Utah saying, hey, UT, and waiting for somebody else to say AH. I mean, we're just saying.
Well, that's probably because I can't spell it.
I was over there. I went over
in
Gary's chat last night, and somebody yelled that out to me. They said OH, and it went right by me. I didn't even see it.
Oh, that was probably crap.
I think he subbed my channel. I'm trying to think who it was.
Captain Codebook.
Yep. Captain Codebook or whatever. Yep.
See what I started?
Don't worry, Chris. It's actually respectable not to be into sports.
We got the man of Tupperware out there. The other Ohio guy, he got it for me.
Yeah, but the thing is I said OH, and then Jason had to double up and say OH again. So that actually kind of screwed up the way you spell it. Uncle John says Utes, one syllable. Well, we can go with Beeves. Beaver Nation.
Vanessa Kitty said Uncle Jim was one of the first gun channels she found. Man, he lost a lot of stuff.
Oh, hell yeah, he did. So did CW Longshot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went out and bought another external hard drive today and made another backup of all my videos. That way, if I ever lose them,
backup.
Yeah, I did. Backed up the backup.
There you go.
So I have all my stuff that automatic, when I upload it to YouTube, it automatically goes over to Utreon. So it's backed up there. Plus I have it on my cell phone and I have it on a 1 terabyte external hard drive.
Well, that was one of my biggest issues today was just my gun stuff was like 3.5 terabytes. So I'm like, that's a lot of stuff if I ever lost it. So I'm like, I'm going to back this stuff up again.
Ting Ting says, you sound like a good old Southern guy.
I don't know. Some people say I have a little bit of an accent. I don't know. I lived down in Cincinnati for a couple of years, and everybody I worked with was from Kentucky. I think I caught on to a little bit of their slang when I was down there, and I never lost it. But
I didn't notice a whole lot of slang. A little bit in Kentucky, but maybe I was stuck on base with people from everywhere. But it wasn't a heavy accent that I recall that Kentucky had.
When I lived in South Carolina, it was funny because there was people they would say that I didn't have an accent, but the wife did.
Huh.
It's like, what are you talking about?
When I was living down, which I've been moved back from there for I think 21. I think I've been back for 21 years now. But when I was down there,
half your teeth in prison, G?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, that would make a difference.
Vanessa Kitty says, hopefully June will force the states to all be constitutional carry. That would be great. We're the SCOTUS ruling. I would love for constitutional, but I would settle for national reciprocity. So we've got Tara Smith's Kitchen out there. Welcome. So James Pollard was saying, what do you mean? It's this SCOTUS case. I did a whole live stream on it where we listened to 4 hours of hearings from the SCOTUS on the New York rifle and pistol versus New York. And we should be getting that ruling by June. So, which, if they rule correctly, will, at the bare minimum, turn every state to a shall issue. If they fully rule the way it should rule, it will also affect magazine bans that are in effect. It would put them back to standard capacity. So that would be awesome. So there would be no more 10-round bans or any of that kind of crap. We got M. Gabriel out there. So welcome. The reason why I say they need to definitely do reciprocity is for our truckers, because they have a right to defend themselves while they're hauling across state lines and going into places that some other people wouldn't go, and they don't always have a choice on where they end up going. So
I'd say it's good for everybody, even just regular people traveling, vacation.
oh hell yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of obviously other individuals, business wise and personal, that have reasons to travel on regular occasions. So would be nice if there wasn't different set of circumstances for every state.
Think King just said June 1st. Have you all need the ghost thingy? I've been looking at some of that stuff with talking about even serializing the upper on an AR.
Yep.
So what all do they got? What all's going to be in this bill or whatever that the
More bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. So what, you got pistol braces in that, you got the polymer 80s, you got the serializing the uppers, and Jesus, that's a lot of stuff.
Good thing I don't have an AR.
Well, I like to, yeah. If that became the case, some engravers going to get rich quick, aren't they? Especially all these guys that don't want it to look nice. And that's
G23's lying. We all know he's got a closet full of Smith & Wesson ARs and handguns. He really loves the M&P, and the proof is in the smile, and the smile is on Boss's videos. So feel free to go check him out. Don't let him bullshit you.
Foss doesn't have any videos on his channel.
I forgot to put Foss's in.
Sure he does.
He has a video of trying to convert an AK guy to an AR guy.
Well, then this smile video could even be on his very own channel, G23. So, proof's in the pudding, man. Just don't let him lie to you.
Vanessa Kitty says some 50 cal uppers have already been forced to serialize.
Yep.
M. Gabriel says Rob needs to make displays for magazines.
Yeah, when he needs to add a little notch or something, so when you're displaying your pistol, you can have your mag right there next to it, or a spare mag right there next to it. Just if somebody could, get the message to R&L Displays owner on how to do that.
Well, if you're willing to leave the mag right next to it on the pistol display, then you might as well just leave it in the pistol. I don't advise that as a company, but I'm just stating,
What if you want a spare?
Could be done.
Just saying, sometimes you want a spare mag. Have one in the firearm and one next to it, so it kind of looks cool.
It's always something else.
Once you get one thing, you start wanting more. Isn't that the AR way? ooh, look, I got an AR. Now I need
No,
all
I
these
think
different.
that's the Glock guy way.
So, I was in a live stream on Ghost Tactical's channel, and he was talking to a company, 5150 Rifles, and you know, they're an AR company and stuff. And so I asked them if they were going to be doing the AK, and they did say they were looking into starting to do the AK. Yes, I do have a Rumble page, but see, that Rumble page was tied to my Facebook account, and so I can't log into it because, well, Facebook hates this guy and banned him for life from Facebook and from Instagram. So
Now, if you wanted to, though, you could start up another Instagram with another email address there, right?
I'm gonna have to figure something out, because I tried to do it with my G23 email, and somehow they still figured out that it was me, and they're like, "Yeah, no, you can't have that." So, yep.
I've seen that interview you were talking about on Ghost's channel.
Yeah, the 5150.
Is that the one where there's only one pin, or like a cam lock system, not a pin in the back, not a pin in the front?
Yeah,
type thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it's a bit of money, and I don't know. And I found it questionable on the guy's thing where he's talking about, he had people tell him that it would have saved lives, and then come to find out it's like his mother or father-in-law or something. I'm not going to debate that it couldn't have possibly, but I just, don't see that much time. I mean, you're literally looking at maybe a second or two. I mean, even if you can't pop a pen, you can use a round. I don't know. It just seemed like a reach to me. So I don't know, but I'm sure there's people out there that are going to be interested. And maybe I'm wrong, but whatever they were doing, even if it's true, they put it on too thick, because to me it just smelled like some shit. And the guy seemed cool, the actual guy doing the interview.
Yeah.
But what he was saying at some points is just, I don't know.
Where I see the innovation on that is that it is a single point takedown instead of a dual point takedown. On your normal ARs, you have to pop 2 pins if you want to swap your uppers.
Yeah, so it's one more pin. Like, whoa.
Under a stressful situation, that could equate to life
maybe,
or death.
but wouldn't that be like, I don't know. I'll let it go. Sorry.
I mean, I do see your point. You're right. It all comes down to training and everything.
Just seemed a little funky to me. That's all I'm saying. And the price point, obviously everybody knows I'm a cheap bastard, so I'm out of the game. So for that, but that's all I was saying. It's interesting. So, but again, the advantage point of it, I really don't know how much. I mean, we're literally saving a second, maybe two if you really stumble or something. I don't know. Just seems, I guess people spend, tons of money for seconds all the time, so I shouldn't be surprised.
Man of Tupperware, he asked, did you guys see the new AR platform 12 gauge from Shot Show that uses a shifting barrel so they don't need any gas system?
I did not.
That one slipped by me.
I'm not really an AR fan, which is kind of funny. But if you like the KSG, I guess you could say it's kind of an AR platform style. Not really, but you could.
Yeah.
You're gonna say a bullpup's an AR style? That's crazy. That's like that. What's that black guy? That was some, I don't know, leader there talking about his bullpup short. And you've been hanging out with the wrong people. Your KSG is not a damn AR or even same category.
No, the Grandmaster.
Funkmaster or whatever.
Yeah, whoever. Stop watching his shit.
Actually, I think it was back a while ago that the KSG from Caltech was the one that was saying it was based off an AR style platform. That said style, not the actual.
Okay, Grandmaster.
Hey, man of Tupperware, if you send me a comment on what that was called, I want to look that up.
What? I think I missed it.
Ting Ting says, I'm an AK girl. I don't want an AR, but I want something more than nothing.
There's
I
so
like
many.
them both. I want them all.
There's so many AKs out there, and more American-made AKs are coming out, and you can find them not too expensive. So it's always a nice thing to have. I would say grab the AK over an AR any day.
Hey, Ron, I got mine hanging on the wall there. I love mine.
Yeah, there's this microphone thing that's blocking the view.
Oh, yeah, forgot. There. Mad Maxer says you need one of each. Yep, I agree.
M. Gabriel says, you know why they call him Bullpup, right? Because they're a small, compact, and your action is right next to your face. So if something blows up, you're kind of screwed.
He was referring to the Grandmaster. Who's it? He had said his AR, and he said it was a bullpup.
Oh, yeah.
He said it was because it kicked like a mule or something like that.
Well, I think there's a place for AKs, but in the end, I think the AR takes it. It's just better in damn near every way, man. Reliability you may have, depending on your model, what you can get, but I don't know, man.
I'm just saying.
I think they're talking about the guns on the wall.
Yeah.
The AK is just a mixture of all kinds of stuff that I threw together for that one. And the P90 that you're looking at is actually a Ruger 1022. Believe it or not.
Just in the P90 kit.
Yeah. I love that thing. I think it's so much fun to take to the range. Had to put a shell deflector on it, though, being a lefty.
Was that kit like 120, 130 bucks for the P90?
For that kit? Oh, God, no. That I think that was like a $300 kit for that.
Oh my God, man.
I built that. I think I've had that gun for 10 years. I built that like 10 years ago.
It cost more than a rifle.
Yeah, it did actually.
That's freaking crazy.
Because I literally bought the cheapest Ruger 1022 I could find, black synthetic stock and everything, because I knew it was all I needed was the barrel in action.
You know how many
And then
people
they-
do that kind of stuff with the Ruger 1022 because there's so many different things out there like Boyd stocks and stuff that they'll go and start.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's right. It's a little nutty, but hey, no.
Just
I had a
because you,
friend that did that with the Halo kit on the 1022. All right, Archangel, I think it was, and he ended up didn't take it off when the laws changed and became a felon because he had a plastic shell of an AR on his 1022.
How's it going,
Talk about
Stan?
people, huh?
Good to see you, man. Michael Dunn's here too. Good to see you, Michael.
yep.
He said, "Is that a P10 2290?" So the kit, if you guys are interested, you have to go to a website called Hightower Armory. That's who makes the kit. And be prepared to spend hours putting that together. That thing is a pain in the butt to put together.
What about cleaning it?
Well, if you want to do a real good detailed cleaning, you got to take it all back apart.
Yeah,
I
so I
strip it down.
recommend Smith & Wesson M&P 1522. It doesn't look like a P90, but if you try to emulate an AR, just spend the extra $100.
You know, it doesn't have to be an M&P, and it doesn't have to be an AR.
Actually,
Good 1022 has to be the Ruger, most reliable, most sold, most owned in the United States ever.
yeah. And one time the Model A was the same thing with vehicles, but doesn't mean it's still the case.
And I guarantee you, if you had a chance, if you had a chance, your ass would be picking up a Model A if you could afford it. Don't get me, because you'd be like, dude, you know how much I could sell this for? There you go.
Look, that's not the point. That's not the point. Getting off the rails here. I'll just say, yeah, from what I see now, I'm not doubting it. I'm not saying it's a bad gun, but if you're looking for an AR trainer, just buy like an M&P or something because it actually works and functions like an M&P. You're not taking apart a shell to get to your inner workings. Like you can actually clean it almost quicker than an AR. So, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. But if you're just looking for a good 22, sure, the Ruger 1022, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, yeah, it's America's 22, right?
I was going to buy a dedicated AR chambered in 22, but then I bought that CMMG kit, and I really like that. I can put that in any AR I got, and I bought the one that came with the 3 mags, and twist rate's a little different, obviously, in the barrel, but they're still pretty accurate. Have you guys seen those? You just take your bolt out of your...
Yeah.
Yeah, they're nice. I want to do a video here as soon as it warms up. I'm going to take all my ARs to the range and run that kit. and like start out with an AR pistol with a 7.5-inch barrel, and then work my way up to one of my 20-inch barreled ones and see how well it does in all of them.
They also have a dedicated 22 upper that you can get. You know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could go that route too. That CMMG kit, I think I gave, I don't know, it was under $200. Came with the bolt carrier group, and then the you get 3 mags with it too. I think they hold 25 rounds. Have a good night, Ting Ting.
Have a great night, Ting Ting. And yes, let's go, Brandon.
Hey, our boy MCK's out there. Good to see you, man.
But look what's on the back side of that trigger well. A little donkey turd. Yeah, right there. I called it. It's a donkey turd.
Yeah, whatever, man. Just stay out of prison, turd.
What do you say, Gizzard?
So Jason has a link, and so does, I know Ghost was saying he was eating dinner, so.
Yeah, eating dinner didn't stop me.
Eating dinner never stops you. I didn't see a salad there.
I did. I missed that. What's he got tonight?
Just a plain
All
old
right.
sandwich.
Yeah, basically. But this is actually bologna, cheese, and potato chips and mayonnaise. Or not mayonnaise, mustard. Call it bologna and chip sandwich. The lazy night.
What do you mean? You have to. Any respectable person puts potato chips on their damn sandwich. I thought that was like a standard, like, requirement.
It's starting to be.
Speaking of potato chips, my fiance brought me home one of the new Reese cups with the potato chips in it the other day.
Oh, the pretzels?
No, they have one with potato chips in it now.
What?
It's surprisingly really good. If you like Reese cups, it's good.
I'm a Reese's snob.
Yeah, I liked it.
See? 2A says I do that all the time. You got to put potato chips on sandwiches.
No, you don't.
Okay, so Vanessa probably has a good point. Not on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Carolina EDC is out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't do bologna or peanut butter and jelly with chips. No, thank you. But toasted peanut butter and jelly, I'd do that.
Yeah. So Shafty is out there. I know I missed somebody. We got 2A We Stand is out there. Gizzard Gary. Yesterday's pomade is out there. So welcome.
Working on getting everybody's channels out there again. Get some new people in here.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you, Chris, for doing this, because that means I don't have to do it.
Hey, it's the new guy's job, right?
Well, you should have explained that one to Rob before, because he would have been the new guy before you came in.
Sucker. Yeah, sorry, I don't accept Glock Parps as payments, so he just can't hook me, you know.
We all know that you have a damn Glock in your closet or in your gun safe because you're damn well fascinated with it. Night Chef says, what's the topic currently? How much Rob loves Glocks, and he's looking to add a new one to his collection without anyone else knowing because he's trying to keep the facade that he's a hater.
This guy's drinking some good stuff.
All right, I got good. Don't know. All right, I think I'm all caught up on. No, I'm not. Forgot.
Yeah,
Gotta
see
get
now
Warsaw.
you made Rob rage quit.
I know. So let's run back up and look.
Sorry, I had to hook up my earbuds. The quick and easy way. Hate chewing with earbuds on. I don't know if that bugs anybody else, but it's like the pressure and stuff is just kind of weird.
I don't wear earbuds.
I know. I have a headset that I wear.
Well, Carolina EDC, he's kicking some ass there. He's up to 4.6.
Yeah, he's about to hit. He's about to hit 5K.
That's awesome.
I think he has a goal for 10K by the end of the year.
Woo! Well, good luck to him. I hope it works.
I dare you to eat one of those without your getting caught by your wife or your daughter.
Man, Rob, killing me. Shows me New York pizza, homemade cookies.
Hey, man, that's how we do it.
The Minotaur was talking about his 1522 are awesome. Hopes the cops find his one day.
Gizzard Gary said he'll make 10,000 when he's 100. I'm with you, buddy.
So, we have a new channel called Fashion Model who has jumped on the panel with us.
What's going on, Ghost?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Good, man. Good to see you.
Hello, Ghost.
So, Sam asks how the G23 is treating me. It was great. It performed flawless when we were up in Washington. Of course, I left the Rock Slide USA at the house so that it would perform flawless. Oh, so I got to do a video on that holster I was talking to you about. I figured out what the problem is.
What's that?
That I have the extended mag release. So, if I sit just right when I'm getting in the car, it will cause the Kydex to flex a little bit and just barely push the mag release, which will pop out my magazine.
That'll do
That's
it.
a problem.
You know, you could do something. You could put something there towards the bottom of the holster, maybe like a 1/4 of an inch thick, to where it would stop a 1/4 of an inch thick. And it's short of the bottom. It's still not gonna. It's still gonna be fine and all that, but it may not. Or maybe like an 1/8 of an inch or something, or you can just carve out the kydex around the button.
Yeah. If I was thinking about doing that because I'm probably never going to, because it's a ambi holster.
Yeah.
And so
It is kydex though, right?
yeah.
So get a hairdryer and put the gun inside the kydex holster. Heat the kydex up around that button, not until it gets like
Yeah.
liquidy, but I mean it gets warm, and then let it cool. Do that 2 or 3 times, and every time it cools, it will cool and form around that button.
Yeah. I think I'll use my heat gun instead of trying to steal the wife's hairdryer.
Well, whatever. I mean, if you got a heat gun, it's even better. But yeah, I'm just saying, if you use heat, if you use a heat and you let it dry, let it cool down, and then do it again, and do maybe 2 or maybe 3 times. Each time it does that, when it cools, it will kind of form around the button, so it should reform it for you.
Yeah, that is an option there. I was thinking about just taking the Dremel and cutting that little piece off.
Yeah, you could do that too.
It's the first ever IWB holster. I always have had OWB holsters, and my preferred carry is open carry, but I decided I would, try something new and grab an IWB holster.
There you go. Yeah, I don't like open carry, so everything's not everything, but probably 95% of my holsters are inside the waist.
Yeah, the only ones I carry outside are the revolvers, and even then, I usually just throw my shirt over it, and nobody's gonna notice.
And the thing is even if I have my OWB holster, I can just throw a t-shirt over it, because I always buy tall t-shirts so that I can always just throw it over the top of it, and it's out of sight, out of mind. And
I've used mine. I prefer inside, but outside I own and have. Not a problem. Depends what you're wearing.
I have no problem open carrying. I carry a level 2 retention with a thumb release. So it's not like you're going to really be able to grab that holster or grab that firearm and just yank it. Plus, if you're practicing situational awareness, you should never have somebody get that close where they could grab your firearm.
What kind of fun is that?
You may like having some dude grab up behind you, not me.
Why does it gotta be a dude?
See, defense dad understands.
OW
equals more comfy for fat dudes like me.
And me. Man, I can't carry appendix. It drives me. God, it hurts.
I have never tried the appendix carry.
Yeah, just say no to Willie carry.
I was gonna say I just have something about having a firearm pointed at the family jewels and the femoral artery.
Oh, I agree with you. Yeah, I'm just saying I'm too damn fat to do it anyway, so it don't matter.
And I'm the odd one again. I don't always carry appendix carry, but I do carry occasionally appendix carry. Especially in tighter crowds, things like that. That's where I feel it's better for me. So it is uncomfortable to drive for sure.
And a lot when you're working.
Yeah, and a lot when I'm working. I'll carry appendix as well. one in the chamber, ready to roll. I'm not worried about it. It's a item, it's a machine, a device. It doesn't do anything I don't make it do. So if I didn't trust it, I wouldn't carry it. But different people got different opinions, of course. And if you are one of them people that, I don't know, loses your keys all the time, or always slips and falls, or you're just prone to doing dumb shit, then definitely don't carry appendix. But if you're confident, it's not a problem.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. I mean, I trust my gun and my holster. I don't have a problem carrying with one in the chamber and everything, but I just carry.
I don't mean that personally.
Carry on
you.
my hip,
take
I
it wrong.
Appendix is actually a comfortable place to carry if you're standing up a lot, but if you're sitting down, up and down, it can get interesting.
Well, yeah.
Defense Dad says, so Rob finally admits he's odd. That's progress.
Baby steps.
Mad Maxer says, I just shot my nuts off. Gizzard says, I can't believe I just shot my junk. See?
There's different kinds of people. Not saying anything's better or anything like that, but there's a lot of people, an example, won't touch electricity, won't even flip a breaker. They're scared to death. Where, if you know the system, it's nothing. Same thing with heights. Some people, you can't pay them enough to get on a roof. Either you're comfortable or you're not. If you're uncomfortable, you shouldn't force or rush yourself, because that's just going to be a problem.
Well, that's why they make holsters for all different situations, for all different places of carry. You got to be careful. You got to be confident. You got to be comfortable. Ultimately, being comfortable for me is the most important. So find that spot that feels good to carry, whether it's inside or outside the waist. As long as you're carrying, who cares?
Yep. So, I don't know if anyone else watched SheFire's latest video that she just put out. It was about 1.5 minutes long.
Yeah, I watched it this morning.
Yeah.
Where she's talking about, she talked with a lady who had zero situational awareness.
Yeah,
See it all the time.
Lady had both car doors open, was taking stuff to a garbage can, had her purse sitting on the passenger seat.
I've seen it with police, security, all types of stuff. A lot of people just get complacent. That's where, people say, oh, nobody will ever get me. People get sloppy. It's what they do. So it definitely takes work to stay on top of your game. But you should try your damnedest.
So, Michael Dunn brings up a great point. He says, I wonder if those bra holsters are comfortable. Has anyone tried any of the concealed carry garments? I know they have some of the boxer briefs that have a holster that are built into them. They have all different kinds of garments. They've got the belly bands. They've got, jackets, shirts.
I mean, if you're not comfortable carrying on your person, a lot of people carry a little over-the-shoulder backpack. I mean, you don't have to carry in your person if you don't feel comfortable doing that. Carrying a backpack, a lot of these backpacks now have little zippers right there. Gun slides in, you're good to go.
See, okay, so we were kind of discussing this on Wednesday's show over on Chris from the 740. We were discussing it with SheFire and 2A We Stand, a couple newer channels, and I think we all agreed off-body carry, probably isn't the best, because if you have it in your purse, and this is again just opinions, if you have it in your purse and like you're out at dinner and you hang it over your chair or you sit it on the floor next to you and you get into a conversation, you may not notice that, the busboy or somebody else in the restaurant walked off with your purse. And now they are like, bonus, I've got a firearm.
You don't put it over the chair, you put it between your feet on the floor.
I think even more common is people would forget it. Getting out of Ubers, how many times has somebody forgotten a purse? I mean, you see
Well,
that.
if that's something that is part of your everyday carry as a backpack, and it's got your laptop, your keys, you put that stuff that's important inside that backpack. Yeah, when you first start carrying the backpack, you're probably going to have to remember to do it. But it's just like anything else. If you're used to doing that every day, it's just another thing that you have to grab as like a phone. Everyone grabs your phone before you leave. Everyone grabs your keys. If you get used to it, a backpack or a purse or whatever, a fanny pack or whatever, is just part of your everyday. I mean, that's just something. It's part of your body at that point. Everything is you got to get used to.
Leave my phone at home, but I never forget my gun. No,
well, there you go.
No,
I mean,
but
you know what I'm saying. I mean, you just have to get used to all that. It's just habits. Yeah, it's just habits.
It's just you are, in my opinion, taking a risk. And normally, I wouldn't advise off-body carry, but if that's the way you decide to carry, go for it. Just be smart
once again, I'd much rather have someone that doesn't feel comfortable carrying on person. I'd much rather have someone carrying in a purse or a backpack or a fanny pack or a slung shoulder, whatever you want to call it, than nothing at all. So, I mean,
as long as they're responsible about it.
Just like
Don't
I'd
have
rather
a bag
have
of candy in your purse in a room full of kids and walk away.
It's like I'd rather have somebody have a high point than have no firearm at all. If that's the only thing they can afford, high points are great.
High points go bang every time.
Oh yes, they do. Now I would advise against a Sky, but that's just my opinion.
Well, do you like the person? If you don't like them, Sky's not a bad choice.
Even if I dislike somebody and I really hated them, I still don't think I could recommend a Sky to them.
No, you're nice.
Still never shot one.
You should rent one.
They shoot fun, The latest models I have no problem with whatsoever. The first model, and the only reason why the first model turned out so bad is they were trying to rush it. They rushed it about 8 months. They tried to release it at SHOT. They should have waited till August until it was actually ready. And that's the problems. But the latest models, they're fine. I mean, it is what it is, but they're fine. But that's the problem you have when you try to rush a gun to market, Yep. I mean, that's just, and unfortunately, your first gun to the market is going to set the precedent of what kind of company you are, regardless if it's true or not. If you have a bad first gun, then it's going to take you 4 or 5 more guns to get back to where you could have been if you just waited till the first gun was ready.
Or if you take the chance of like the Yeet cannon, finally, I think everyone's kind of given up on, even if that thing comes out, I'm not sure that there's a whole lot of interest left in it. No,
that was just a thing that happened that if they would have capitalized it right then and there, they would have had some good sales for a couple of months. But ultimately, all it is just putting a name on a gun they already had. It wasn't like they were coming up with a new gun or anything. So
thought that whole thing was ridiculous. I mean, there's no way I'd name my product something like that. I just
Man of Tupperware brought up a good point. He said the price difference between a High Point and a Taurus is like $50 now. And he's talking about his GTC, and that kind of goes back to what Ghost Tactical was just saying. I mean, there's a company that a lot of people lost faith in, but over the last couple of years here, everybody Taurus now.
So the only Taurus I own is the Judge. You can call it a gimmick, firearm, or whatever you want. But I don't know. That damn revolver is so much fun.
Well, shit. I mean, that's. Well, I just bought my first Taurus. That TX22. That's the first one I've owned. But that's like my favorite 22 I got now. I mean, that's a wonderful gun.
I have a TH9 Taurus, and it seems to be a decent gun. I mean, you shake it, it doesn't rattle at all. It's pretty solid. Came with a really nice box.
Yeah, I've got a G3 that, I mean, it's what it is. It's a good $250 gun.
I don't own any Tauruses, not for any particular reason. Just don't.
So, Miss Vanessa Kitty says, what was your first gun and why? Great question. Foss, let's start off with you.
My first was my H&K P30, and I wanted one that I knew would be reliable and a good gun, so I went with Heckler & Koch. Was my first one. And I don't carry it as much as I used to. Now it's mainly a bedside gun, and 40 cal, but I trust it. That's why I bought it.
Mr. Chris?
My first gun was, and I couldn't even tell you what the brand was. My first gun was a 410 shotgun that my dad bought me. I think that was, I don't know when he got me that. I was probably 9 years old, I guess. Nothing too exciting.
Mr. Ghost Tactical?
First was a Winchester 3030 I got on leave after boot camp.
And for the people that don't know, Ghost didn't get into firearms till he was in the Marine Corps. He said it a million times. So, and
bought one as soon as I got home from boot camp. Went to Walmart and got a 3030 out of boot camp. Mainly because it was the cheapest rifle that I had that I could afford, so that's why I went with it.
Mr. Rob D.
Colt government model 1911.
2A Stan's got a good question for the panel. You could go around again. He says, does anyone on the panel have that one gun you wish, man, I shouldn't have gotten that?
I can say the first gun I ever bought was, surprisingly, a Glock 23 Gen 3, and I still have that. A firearm that I bought that I think I should never have gotten. I had a Sky first gen, and it was crap. I didn't realize how much crap it was until after I had given it to somebody else. I'd got it. It didn't like the way it felt, so I gave it off to somebody else. And then she was saying she was having problems with it, so I was like, well, let me see what I can figure out, and then figured out it was just garbage, and regretted giving it to her. Foss? My
Walther PK380. I knew I had kind of heard there were problems with it, and then it kind of seems with that one, it's either it works great or it doesn't work great. Mine doesn't work great. It's actually made by Umarex and then branded. Who owns Walther, and it's branded Walther, and it's not a Walther. It's not Walther quality. It's I still have it, and we'll use it for when I take people to the range, just because it's 380 and it's fairly soft shooting. You just keep in mind that it may not go bang every time.
Chris?
I have two. The worst gun I ever bought was my first Rock Island 1911, but I bought the GI model with the fixed sights, and I can't remember if it shot low right or how it was, but it was an awful gun. I hated it. I got rid of that, bought an in and sold that, and then replaced it with an M&P 45 because I had a couple thousand rounds of 45 ammo, and I needed another 45, and which I absolutely love that gun. And then I got to agree with Foss. Second worst gun I ever bought was the Walther PK 380. Mine works great with certain ammo. I get a lot of light primer strikes with that gun.
Yeah.
So, and the problem is 380 is one of those rounds that I don't reload. So I sometimes buy factory ammo that doesn't work, but then I have my M&P Bodyguard 380 and it'll shoot everything. So I can, if the 380 ammo won't work in the Walther, it'll work in the Bodyguard. So those are my two.
Mr. Ghost?
I don't regret any of my firearms. I mean, most of my firearms are here for a specific reason. I do have a PK 380. I must have one of them that works great. It is not the quality that you would expect from a Walther. As a matter of fact, I even told Walther that I was a little disappointed in that. But as far as a shooter, yeah, mine shoots. I don't shoot it I probably haven't shot it in a couple years, but when I was testing it, I never had many issues with it firing. It doesn't feel the greatest. It's definitely not of Walther standards as far as quality, of my opinion, but it shoots. So, but like I said, I don't just go buy guns just to buy them. I'll do research on them and stuff like that. So I can't, I'll put it this way. I can't think of any of the guns that I have that I regret. I like some more than others, but I don't regret any of them as of now. I regret getting rid of a couple different ones, but that's about it.
I think we all have at least one firearm we regret getting rid of.
Yeah, 2A, we stand just asked which gun you couldn't live without if it was gone.
So, Rob, do you have any that you regret buying, like your M&P?
No, I'm pretty much like Ghost. I don't have anything I regret. I never bought anything that didn't work or gave me issues. But I've also, when I'm spending any kind of money, I do a lot of research. So, and in most cases, it ends up seeming like I know more about it than the person is trying to sell it to me. So basically, when I go to the store, I'm not looking for a salesman. I just need to know if he got it and at what price, basically.
Same.
I've already had my mind made up.
I'm a lot like that too, Rob. I don't need your input. I just need you to sell me that gun if it's the right price. That's all I need your help with, buddy.
Yeah. Not being rude or nothing, but we can save the 10 minutes and
absolutely
just run my name.
I don't mind being rude. Sometimes I'm like, bro, look, here's the thing. I'm good. Just get the paperwork for me. All right.
I don't need to see the 3 others you got.
We'll go with 2A's question, which gun you couldn't live without if it was gone, and we'll start off with Rob. We'll be nice.
Honestly, probably my shield. I know that's maybe shocking. I don't know. But to me, something small, discreet. People don't know it until they know it. That's if I had to go down to just something, I guess that would be it. So, and it's quite comfortable. So, to the point where I have to make sure I know it's on, like, because I'll think I didn't put it on and it's on. So, to me, that's perfect. Plus, I can fit it in a pocket. Be sneaky as you want to say or whatever. In people's homes that would probably kick me out if they knew I had a firearm, blah, 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 with work and whatnot. And I can get by with basically everything. So as basic or generic as that may be, probably my shield.
Ghost.
Oh man. I'm gonna go a little bit different because I've got so many like handguns that could fit the same bill. So I'm not gonna pick any of my. If I just sit there, and it's only because I'm gonna go with my battle rifle. Okay, and the reason why is I've spent a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort getting that trigger where I want it, the gas system where I want it. All of basically the only thing that's left of the Smith & Wesson is the actual just shell of it. So it's that thing. I know exactly what that thing is going to do at all times. And if Red Dawn ever happened, that's the first thing I'm going for because I know exactly what it's going to do at all times. So I'm going to say my battle rifle probably just because like I said, I've got so much time, energy, and money in that thing that it's exactly where I want it to be.
So, Sam of Anarchy says, Ghost, when you left the service, did you go buy your service pistol just because it was the what you were used to?
So I think everyone that knows me knows that I am a big fan of the 92 or the M9, whatever you want to call it. And yes, I have a very, very, very soft spot in my heart for the 92 because that's the first handgun that I learned to shoot. So is the M9 or the 92 the greatest gun in the world? By no means. Were the military M9s very good? By no means. We had a good armor that could make sure that everything was good. But yes, I will always have an affinity for the 92 because that's the handgun that I learned to shoot on. So yes, that is. I will never tell people that the 92 is the greatest gun. It's one of my favorite guns, but that doesn't mean it's the best guns. It's one of my favorite handguns for sentimental reasons, for sure.
So, Chris, we'll go back to Two-Way's question about the one you couldn't live without.
So I'll break it down to two. Handgun, I would never part with my Walther PPQ M2. Well, no, I don't want to say I wouldn't part with it. Now that I have spent time with the PDP and have got to review it on my channel and whatnot, I have contemplated that I'm probably going to end up buying a PP. I really like it. But I absolutely love my PPQ M2. And as far as my rifle goes, I would, my competition gun that I use, my Ruger PCC, I would, just because I've shot thousands and thousands of rounds through it, and I've trained with that thing as far as shooting on the move and shooting around walls and corners. And so those would be my two that I couldn't live without.
Foss?
There isn't one that I couldn't. I don't have any collector guns. I don't have any high dollar guns. Kind of like Ghost. Each one I have has a purpose, and there's some redundancy in the way I've done it. So if I lost one, I have another one that could serve its purpose. So there isn't one which I might miss it, but I can live without it.
probably gonna shock everybody, but I'm gonna say my Norinco. I don't think I could ever replace that Norinco due to sentimental reasons.
Yeah, everybody's got that gun that's, whether or not it's the best gun or what, everyone's got their favorite, and it's just like handguns or whatever, and Foss knows he's got a lot of redundancy. A lot of my handguns are that 4 to 4.5 inch barrel, quote unquote Glock 19 size handguns. I got a lot of those, and that's the size that works for me. But there's only going to be one of them that's going to be like your favorite, regardless of how many you have. Everyone's got their favorite, that one go-to gun, So everyone's got that, no matter how many guns they have.
Yep. Yeah, I guess that's what I forgot to elaborate on. Those are would be my two go-tos, just because those are the ones that I've trained with the most.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, favorite and best are not the same thing necessarily, No offense, but I don't think anyone would ever probably put a Norinco as the best firearm, but it could be very easily their favorite firearm. Correct. For whatever reason,
I made my choice on practical standpoint during normal situations. So if there's any kind of Red Dawn or going to war, I want a damn rifle. But
absolutely
during normal day to day, I think discreet firearm is the way to go. But that's just
100%. 100%.
I wouldn't say my shield's my best gun, but I can get that anywhere. That's the difference.
Yeah, and the good thing is you've probably got enough rounds through that you know exactly what that gun's going to do. You pretty trust much that gun. So, yeah, I mean, once again, there's a reason why certain guns are the go-to, and it may not be because it's the best gun in your arsenal. It's just the one that you know what it's going to do, what you're most comfortable with. It fits your lifestyle the best, whatever the case may be. That's the reason. That's why guns are great. Is everyone has got a different reason why their guns are the favorites.
Have a good night, Michael. So, Range Bro says, "What's y'all's dream gun?" We'll start with Ghost.
I think most people know this. My dream gun's a true blue MP5. I mean, yeah, a minigun, mod deuce, that'd be all cool. But like a gun that it actually could happen. I mean, one day I feel strongly enough in my life I will own, not a semi-automatic, like a true blue HK MP5 that's got the fun switch on it. That's my favorite gun I've ever shot. So yeah.
You gotta have that giggle switch.
Ghost stole my answer.
No, you can't.
If anyone's ever shot an MP5, you know how awesome they are. Let's be real about it.
Well, it is the gun of the
iconic
80s.
Too. Yeah, it's iconic. It's just a must-have.
Yeah, it is. It's one of those. An actual full auto Kalashnikov AK. I mean, there are certain guns that are truly like. There's a reason why everyone clones them.
That would be my answer right there. A true full auto Kalashnikov. Because, I'm just an AK guy.
They're fun as hell to shoot. They really are.
Oh, yeah, they are.
It's pretty strange that 3 of us would pick the same thing. What about you, Chris?
I do love an MP5. I got my buddy's got that clone, and which it's not full auto or anything, but I do love it when he brings it out and we shoot it. But the one gun that I really eventually want to get my hands on, and I've got it narrowed down to 3 or 4 companies, but I really want to get a 2011 race gun. And it's just because I've shot so many of them at competitions, because I have a lot of friends that shoot open class in the USPSA, and I've shot their guns, and it's just something I got to get my hands on. They're just unreal to. I don't know if I want to get, an Infinity or an Atlas or Phoenix Trinity is another really good one. I don't know. I've shot all of them except the Infinity, and I keep my hands off of those because they're about $8 or $9 grand.
So, 2A We Stand has another great question. He says, if and when the time comes, what handgun and rifle are you going to bring with you to protect yourself and family? Chris?
Definitely taking my PPQ M2 for my handgun, and probably my AR that I don't shoot a lot of 3-gun or rifle matches, but the AR that I use in that, just because I've done a lot of practicing with it. So those would be my two.
Rob?
Yeah, right here, right now, legally in this circumstance, my Stag AR-15 and full size M&P.
What's your pistol?
Full size M&P.
Ghost? We know it's your baby, your battle rifle.
Battle rifle and probably Glock 19. I would say my Canic, because I think my Canic has kind of taken over that. But in the Red Dawn scenario, there will be many more people that would have Glock magazines than the Canic magazines, probably. So I want to go with the Glock 19 and my battle rifle.
That's a great point.
Foss?
My G20 and AR. I've got it set where my G20 goes with my plate carrier and the AR just because of the versatility. It's hard to beat.
See, I'm gonna go with my G23 because I got the 40 cal, and if I need to, like Ghost was saying, there's gonna be Glocks,
Except no one shoots 40, so you might be screwed.
Yeah, but I can always take. I can swap the slide and mags.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair.
And it's still the same. And if I wanted, I could throw it into a micro Roni, and turn it into a PCC.
You push this little part, push that little part, turns into a little robot.
And I do have a 22 conversion kit for it, so I can run the 22 through the 40. So just pop the.
Well, the great thing about the G23 is you take the barrel out, you can make it into a 9mm Glock, which is where you need to be anyway. So
yeah, you can also swap
more
the barrel.
You can also make it a 357 SIG. So
I mean,
that's the only good thing about a 40 is you can turn it into a 357 SIG pretty easily.
Yep.
And I like handgun.
And then the rifle is going to be the Norinco. I don't care that I probably won't be able to, but more and more Americans are switching over to AK, so you'll find AK mags and 7.62.
Well, you also got to find in that scenario. I mean, we're talking about a scenario that doesn't happen, probably will never happen,
Yep.
But if you are going to be in that situation, once again, we come back to familiarity, comfortability. What gun is going to put you in the best position to defend yourself? And if you trust that rifle, you trust that handgun, it doesn't matter what it is because you're the one who has to fire it.
Exactly.
He's fine with that Norinco because in the end, he's not going to live long enough to need parts.
Well, that's true too. So, and on top of that, probably no one's going to go out there and steal it from him. So,
No, that was probably one of the Ghosts brought up a really good point though about the mag availability. Problem is my Glock 19's a polymer 80, and I don't trust that damn gun for nothing.
Well, you'll probably be able to find a Glock lower somewhere on the ground somewhere with that magazine in it. So
that's true. Yeah, that damn thing's been a pain in my ass. It's made for some good videos, trying to figure it out, but I got it running pretty good now, but I sure wouldn't trust my life with it.
You know, the great thing about a Glock, let's say just a Glock 19 or 17 magazine, is for those that are maybe running a PCC, so many of them are going to run Glock mags in their 9mm carbines.
Yeah.
So if you've got like a little like AR9 that runs Glock magazines, not only would you have your handgun, but you're also your PCC running the same magazines. So I mean, you're talking about compatibility with rifles as well, or rifles slash, you know, AR pistols. But I mean, a lot of those AR pistols that are chambered in 9 run on Glock mags, so that's another thing that you could look at as well.
Yeah, see, I converted my Ruger PCCs converted over to run Glock mags.
And if you really want nice round count, you can get yourself a nice Goliath add-on to one of your fun sticks.
Oh, geez.
And now you're running like 65 rounds.
Man, when you start getting crazy with that stuff, you're talking, you lose reliability. So, and weight and movement. I mean, some of that you get a little crazy. So,
I've never used the Goliath, but I can tell you that the MBX mag extensions are 100% reliable. I've got the 47 rounder and the 57. They run great.
I think more important than firearms is your mental status, you know, and physical ability.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, America statistically is overweight and in bad shape. So, you know, you got plate carriers, you got rifles. Good luck running with them, you know. So, you know, I know everybody's going to stand and hold their ground and fight it out, but you're going to die in most cases. So, just put it that way. Any hard target can be taken. Same thing with castles, everything throughout history. Yeah, so it just, you know, strategy, salads, movement.
That's why you've got to know.
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff.
That's why you got to know guerrilla tactics.
You can know what you know, but if you can't move, you can't move. That's mobility, like a key factor.
Bingo.
I was going back through these comments. Somebody said something that I wanted to ask him why. Oh, yeah, it was Mr. F&H. He wanted to know. He said the worst gun he bought that he regretted was his Chris Vector. And I kind of wanted to ask him why, because I've never shot one, but that's one gun that has always kind of intrigued me.
They're fun guns. They're fun to shoot. Are they worth that money? I wouldn't buy one.
Guy's probably sold everything, including his underwear, for ammo just to shoot the damn thing.
I've never had the desire to buy one, but I would like to spend a day with one.
Oh, they're fun, especially like if you have the ability to shoot a full auto vector. It's honestly the fastest, quickest, I would say the quickest full auto you're ever going to shoot. It's unreal how fast it is. But once again, I mean, when are you really going to need a full auto? And should you use full auto? There's a reason why the military goes with 3-round bursts instead of full auto. But a vector, just even a semi-auto vector, they're fun as hell to shoot. It's just, I'm not going to go spend $2,000 on something that you could go find something else that's just as fun. $2,000, you go buy a semi-auto HK, MP5 or SP5K,
I'll have to get on Battlefield Vegas's website and see if they have one available. I don't think they had any the last time I was out there. Because I'll be back out there in June. So maybe if they have one, I'll rent one of their full auto ones.
They're fun to shoot for sure.
So we got Quest for the Perfect Load.
What's going on, Jack? Rich is here too.
Yep, Mr. Rich White, the 1%er. So had a lot of fun with the side chat asking questions.
Range Bro said that's one of my dream guns. I got one recently. Cool.
You are welcome. 2A.
I got a top tip if you're worried about surviving the
Zombie apocalypse.
the horde. The easiest way to survive the horde is just join the horde. Just
Okay.
So you're saying to assimilate.
yep, they're not going to be coming after you if you're one of them.
Rule number one in any survival scenario: find the highest ground you can. Everything else is secondary. You find the highest ground, then you figure out everything else at that point.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Wait a minute. You want to bring strategy in here? Come on now.
Well,
Come
I mean,
on
I'm
now.
just saying, if we're going to talk, then let's really talk, you know.
if
Because you were
you're,
talking about mobility, and
I hear
mobility
ya.
is key. But
Yeah.
especially if you're not mobile as well as others, getting to that high ground, entrenching yourself in the land, I tell you what, that can save your life pretty easily just by location, you know.
You see, we should be neighbors. This Glock guy is going to get us killed. Holding his crotch, shooting sideways, screaming about his candy bars is not going to go over well.
So, Timothy, I would say that is a big negative. I would definitely not attempt to use tannerite to make any kind of a primer.
So I want to ask Range Bros a question. When are we going to see some videos on that gun? I've been really enjoying his series he's doing with his Scorpion right now, all the upgrades he's doing on it.
So, we have Patriot in the Dark out in the crowd. Probably the greatest YouTube channel around.
What's up, brother?
Who says, "Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and Rob."
I want to get I'm going to throw some more links out. I'll get his out there.
I mean, you go and you watch his videos and how detailed he is in there. I don't think there's a single other channel that will go through and be that detailed. Am I wrong?
It's pretty detailed. But I'd point you out to his quotes, to his brain food. I think people read them, but do they really read them? You know?
What
I
makes
don't
his
know.
channel is his daughter. If it wasn't for his daughter, I mean, I think she's the brain behind the operation.
So are you saying that she's the one that comes up with the community posts?
I'm going to say that she comes up with everything. He's the talent, but I think she's the brains behind the operation here.
Could quite well be.
It's strange the relevance his comments have sometimes. I mean, for what's going on with everything. I think it's good stuff there, buddy.
I'm going to get I don't think I have put 2A We Stand's channel out there yet tonight. So
I think Kingpin got him.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Kingpin just grabbed it out there.
Thank you, Kingpin.
So Patriot is completely true. Don't talk me up too much. Rob will rage quit.
No.
I think I'd like to see that. So let's talk more about Patriot.
Oh, if we just had that picture of Rob in a Glock shirt again, that would be like.
Let me see if I have it here. It might have
that fake
taken it off.
news stuff.
I don't know if I still have it on this computer.
Stuff's going down good tonight.
Patriot, is she looking for a hard cover or a soft cover? If he's going for a hard case, I mean, really
Pelican.
can't go wrong with Pelican. I mean, for the price you're going to pay, the quality you're going to get, Pelican's pretty good. If you're going to go soft, man, there's so many. Drago's got some really good stuff.
What about
There's all sorts of good ones out there.
what about those hard case ones that
Team Glock.
Fake news, man. This is fake news right here. Yeah, I'd go hard case if I was you, Patriot. It's a decent investment for the firearms. Soft cases, there's some that are good, better than others, I'd state, but there's also been a lot of moisture issues across the board with some soft cases. So, and durability reasons, if she ends up traveling, this and that, for competition purposes, I'd suggest hard. Just my opinion. But that picture was complete crap.
What about the Harbor Freight hard cases?
No, not for a gun like that. Those bigger cases are really flexible. The small ones are okay. You get into those bigger ones, like you pick one end up and the other side's about ready to pop open. At least that I've seen. Maybe they've got newer ones, but the smaller ones, I did a review on, I think, the 2800. That's fine. I got no problems with that. Throwing it off the back porch or whatever, I don't think would be an issue. Not that I'd recommend it, but the bigger it is, the flimsier they seem to get.
So he says he was leaning towards the soft with it broke down.
I've got my favorite soft cases are Drago. I've got a bunch of them, but I mean, there's a lot of good ones. I just got some stuff in from Savior that I haven't really tested yet, but I'll let you know what those are like too. I get some really cool designs where they're like backpack style, where you throw them over your shoulder and all that, which is great. But if I had to choose right now, I would go with a company called Drago, Drago. They're really solid for the price.
Who made that guitar case with wheels that Snobby had?
So there's a couple different. Savior has one, but there's also one from Cedar Mill that's a really, really good guitar case as well. They're both good, but those are the two companies that I know that are making them. I want to say the one that he has is probably from Savior. The guy from Cedar Mill is a friend of mine. His name is AJ. He actually works for Gear Report also, but his company's called Cedar Mill, and they have that guitar case, and that's pretty cool.
I don't have much experience with soft cases. First case I ever bought was a Voodoo Tactical, and that's all I've ever bought ever since. I've had really good luck with them, and they're not too awfully expensive. Don't know if they've always been good to me. So
I own both, but I didn't buy top of the line. Surprise, surprise. But soft has held up pretty well. I do have an issue with mine after 7-8 years, something like that.
What company? Which one?
UTG.
Oh yeah, UTG makes really good quality stuff for the price. They're probably the best of that level for sure. They make some quality stuff.
Actually, I don't think there is a problem. Double check real quick, but for some reason I was thinking, it's still whole 100%, works fine.
The problem Rob has is that it wasn't 50 cents. It costs, actually a whole $1.
I'm just saying, but storage, travel, things like that. Sometimes you bump into stuff, this and that. I mean, I've had this in my trunk. I've had it in the back of trucks, my toolbox, all types of, it works, but the gun I'm throwing in there is, I don't know, 500 to 1,000 or whatever. and I assume the shotgun he bought her was probably a little more. So, and if she is a kid, she may be a little less careful if she's going with groups of places, things like that, where they're stacking a bunch together. That's where I think hard case would be probably your better bet. But again, it's your choice, and I'm not obviously not the know-it-all. I've just had a little bit of experience with hard and soft.
Oh,
There's a joke in there somewhere. Just saying.
Hey, Rich.
That's messed up.
That's
messed up.
I want to apologize.
You served it up right there, man. I had to say it.
Rob.
Well, I had a joke earlier, but considering it was Patriot's daughter, I didn't want to bust out on the joke.
That's probably smart.
Let's change it away from Patriot. If it was any other female, I'm sure she'd prefer hard. But that's that was I didn't want to
Hey, I want to apologize to Rich White real quick. I did not put his Unloaded Media channel up. I right-clicked on his name.
Nobody watches it anyways, bro. It's all good.
So
anyway, I want to say I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Kingpin does bring up a great point. He says we are being trolled by Patriot in the Dark. He just proved it. I was looking.
Don't let these blind guys fool you. They see a lot of shit. Unless you're hot, then they got to get gropey. Got to sit back and watch, and you'll notice how they only bump into the cute girls.
So Ting Ting says, girls are
Smart.
tough. We can carry more than expected. If you had Ting Ting and 2A or She-Fires in here at the same time, the side chat would probably be going crazy with the four ladies here. Ting Ting, Gunpowder Beauty, She-Fires, and if Mystic was there, that would be a side chat for the ages.
Yeah, that would probably break the Matrix, I think.
Yeah, you might be right.
Well, for now, we just have Rob.
Oh, snap.
I will be right back.
I totally agree with you, Kingpin. Ooh. So, G-Webs has a question there for you, Foss.
No. Would be a negative.
Ting Ting says, Matrix was meant to be broken.
You guys drinking? You don't sound like you're drinking.
I didn't know this was going to be a drinking party.
Yeah, man. You use my thumbnail that requires alcohol. I told you. Got to have something in here. You said you had some whiskey or something.
Yeah, I have some 12-year-old Pendleton whiskey.
Well, you don't sound like you're falling off the table. So, it's bumming me out.
Just because he has it doesn't mean he's drinking it.
There's a great point. Fiend Dog just showed up.
All right, I'm back. I ran out of beer.
Chris, there we go.
Some Bud Light.
Yeah.
At least somebody knows how to hang.
I think there's 3 of us on this panel that don't drink that often.
I need a little mini fridge back here, so I don't have to go out to the garage.
I hear Ghost can tie one on.
I can
Yeah,
drink.
Vegas heard it, too.
I have a good time when I drink. I just don't. I honestly will drink maybe once or twice a year now. Once usually at the Marine Party in Vegas, and then once in August we have a big thing that I'll have a drink or two. But honestly, I quit drinking a long time ago. So I had my fun. My demons are still there, but it is what it is.
You know,
I don't either.
I kind of stopped drinking. I'll drink every once in a while, but I mainly stopped because, like Ghost says, there's demons there.
Like, I just kind of
You guys
quit.
got self-control issues.
I moved away from, all the friends that I drank with, and I work graveyard, so it's kind of sad to drink by yourself at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's true.
The last time I went to the liquor store, I went when they opened, and I was the youngest person there by like 20 years. There's a lot of retirees grabbing their bottles.
No, I do great when I'm drinking until somebody pops off and says something stupid, and then I pretty much want to slap the crap out of them.
Your true colors come out, huh?
I get mellow.
Turn into He-Man.
So I'm the exact opposite. I'm a happy drunk.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty chill for the most part. Yeah.
I'm really good, and most of the time it's happy-go-lucky, but, if somebody pushes the right buttons, then they're probably going to get a backhand to the chops.
I get more and more mellow and just kind of make fun of everybody. So
Damn, we really need to get you to drink then. That'd be funny on a chat.
The last
My
time
problem is there's no such thing as casual drinking with me.
I think the
You're
last
all in, huh?
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think one of the last times that I really tied one on was the night Nighthawk Medic and I were drinking on the live stream, and I got pretty friggin' lit up that night.
Nah, you were fine.
Patriot in the Dark said, that's funny. I just got back from the ice rink. I got 2 free beers from 2 different women. Right.
what
the hell? Honestly, what the hell's he doing on an ice skating rink? I'm just saying.
Bumping into the pretty ladies.
Apparently, that's where to go, man.
He doesn't even know if they were women.
Oh, he knows. He can sniff them out. Perfume.
I hope not. That's not good if they can. Oh, you want perfume? Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I thought I should correct that.
Yeah. Let's.
The first thing,
sniff them out, then you may want to stay away from them. Just saying.
The first thing
get
that
out
popped
of
in
the
my
truck
head.
stop, Patriot.
The first thing that popped in my head when he said "sniff him out" was the Afro Man song when he's talking about the blind guy going by the fish market and going, "Good morning, ladies."
Man, I told you guys that story before about telling a chick no, right? Think so.
I don't know. If
Never mind.
Oh, I've seen Fiend Dog went to you guys probably already talked about that. That he went to the Great American Show, the Great American Outdoor Show.
Rich White says him and his wife are going next weekend.
I know. I wanted to go over and meet him over there, and that was the weekend I can't go because of my fiance's best friend's getting married next weekend. So
there is this great thing called
Your fiance's boyfriend. That seems kind of odd.
Her best friend.
Oh, when you said fiance's boyfriend, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but that seems kind of messed up.
Yeah. So her best friend is getting married next weekend, so that put a wrench in that going over there. I've always wanted to go to that show.
you could all of a sudden come down with the cough,
Yeah.
and then you gotta quarantine.
Yeah, she's not
What
going to
better
have
place to quarantine than Harrisburg,
Right? So Buck says every time Rob drinks, Bigfoot shows up.
No. So you guys ice skate?
Not since
I
I
wouldn't call what I do on ice skating. It's more of a demolition derby on skates, maybe. I have no control whatsoever.
I
Can
used
you
to play
rollerblade?
hockey.
Oh, I can roller skate.
Well, we'll rollerblade
No,
because it's fairly similar, not the same, but fairly.
yeah,
It's
no.
a decent transfer, I guess.
I am smart enough to know what I can't do, and one of those is ice skating / rollerblading, so I stay away from that.
Ice skating's not that hard. The only hard
Okay.
part about it's stopping.
Well,
That's what they have walls for, bro. That's at least my experience.
you're already low to the ground, so if you fall, it's not that far.
This is true. It does help. It does help. But yeah.
It still doesn't stop the pain.
I'll put it this way. I tried it one time, and that was the last time.
Have a great evening, Tara.
Yeah, hitting the ice sucks, but it's I don't think it's too bad. So
I was ice skating
actually-
earlier in the driveway a couple days ago when it first started sleeting. I was ice skating pretty good.
once you get good at it, you got just as much as control as almost walking in a sense, or I think once you get used to it, I guess. So accidents happen, of course, but that's life.
So how much experience do you have on the ice, Rob?
I don't know, a little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit. I can skate, and willing to bet I'm quicker than most of the people out there.
I did 3 years of hockey, and the first year when I was, learning how to skate, and they're teaching you how to stop properly. Well, my skate hooked, and I went flying and smacked the glass. That was fun, self-checking yourself into the glass.
That glass never did anything to you, man. What was that for?
Yeah, I skated the little town I was in. Basically had a mud puddle they'd freeze over, and it would turn into a hockey rink. There was a little building, fireplace. You had to bring your own stuff like hot chocolate and all that type of crap, skates, and basically you can hang out in the building, warm up, and go out and skate all day basically for free. So it was a good thing to do, fun thing to do as a kid. But my dad also played AAA hockey, so as a goalie. So basically skating was something we spent a lot of time doing.
Well, Ghost Tactical had to bail before I could get him to plug his channel, but Tuesday nights he does a live stream and typically has some great other people on there, companies. He's always got Clove Tack hanging out there, so definitely check him out. And Kingpin is correct. If you cannot run in skates, you can't skate. Hockey practice 101.
Yeah, it was pretty bad the last time I tried it years ago.
Yeah, I don't think I've been on skates in 20 plus years.
Is that roller skates too?
Yeah, roller skates, ice
Any kind of
skates.
skates?
Yeah.
I know it's probably risky for some people, medical, as you get older, things like that, but it's definitely still be fun, kind of a workout type deal if you're doing it for a while. I've done it
Well,
with kids growing up and whatnot. I think probably the last time is, I don't know, a couple years ago since the last time I went, something like that. But
so,
2-3 minutes out, and it's like I never left.
so Pat Hirsch has joined us, and Sergeant Joe Smith has jumped in out in the crowd. Welcome, guys. Yeah, pretty much. After the roller skating rink went away back in my old hometown, I stopped roller skating. Still played hockey, still skated on ice skates and rollerbladed for a while, but then I found other things to do, and never looked back.
I'm drawing a blank on that. What is in Tulsa in April?
It is Wanamaker that is on. That's the April and November.
It's the what again in April or November?
Wanamaker gun show.
Oh,
Yeah, the world's largest gun show. Happens twice a year in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, FUD, I doubt I'd be able to do April because I got my trip to Vegas in June. But maybe I could make the one in November.
I wouldn't mind going and checking that out one of these years.
Yeah, I don't think November would be bad for me. I could fly out there for that.
You could drive out there.
Maybe. I don't know. I'd rather fly.
I would normally, but I don't know if I could wear a mask that long.
Well, that's true too.
Man was meant to fly. God would have gave you wings.
I hate driving.
Red Bull gives you wings.
I love driving. I hate flying. I hate TSA. I hate all that crap.
Oh, I do
unnecessary
too.
BS, and it's like I just won't do it. And when you travel, the trip's like half the fun. Like, especially like I guess if you schedule stuff where you got to be A to B, you know, that'd probably get old or something. But you can save time flying. But you can schedule a little extra time, and then you can just kind of get lost on your way and run into some crazy stuff, man. Like stuff you didn't even know was there.
90% of traveling is the unexpected. You know, what you stumble across.
You got extra time, extra money. You can go check this out, check that out. You're driving, the lady's searching things, whatever. She's finding this, finding that. Nowadays, you can use the apps. Like a lot of times, we'll pin a hotel room, like in, I don't know, North Carolina and one in Georgia. And depending how far we get, that's the one we'll stay for the day. And there's no cancellation fee, nothing like that. Shit, they even got chocolate chip cookies and coffee 24/7.
So
it looks like for me, I would be going across Indiana, then into St. Louis, and then to Tulsa. So it's 12 hours and 30 minutes for me. 850 miles. I'm flying that one. I'm not driving that.
Oh, 12 hours. That's a single.
Not for me. It's
Yeah.
not.
I
you
drove.
could even make 2 days out of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't
and
be.
still
I
do
mean,
some
yeah,
adventure.
yeah. I like Indianapolis. I've been over there a few times.
And
Never
it's the
been to-
unexpected things that really sometimes make or break it. So
I don't know. I'll think about it.
might be some cool gun shops. That's what I like when I'm at the hotel in the evening. Sometimes when we travel, I do a quick search, see if there's any ranges. Once in a while, you'll be near the, one of the top 2 countries range, the country's ranges with the automated targets where they got programmable stuff and put you in scenarios, all types of different things. Like, if you look for it, there's a lot of stuff out there, but you just got to be looking.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a 30-hour drive. You're talking.
Yell that.
You're talking 1,988 miles.
Phew. Definitely flying that one.
And you go through Oregon, Idaho, Utah, Wyoming, a couple other states before you finally come into Oklahoma. It's funny because they have 2 different directions I can go.
Later, Rich.
And I think one has tolls and one has no tolls. Or they both have tolls. Oh, no. One has no tolls and one has tolls. So I would definitely take the no toll. And the thing is it doesn't save you any time taking and going through the tolls. So if I'm not going to save any time, why would I pay tolls?
What map are you using, or what? What are you looking at?
Google Maps.
All right. Did you zone in at any time to check? Because sometimes it seems like that, but the other way will have speed zones, and you got a light every 1/8 of the mile. So unless you get all green lights, there's no way in hell you're actually going to make it at that time. So,
Well,
or use
it's all
Waze as
highway
well and
traffic.
concur with it. Okay.
And I would have been going through Kansas and Colorado that I'd have to drive through. I wonder if I drop down.
Your nice on ain't gonna make it. It ain't got no heat.
It will.
Nah, I bet you're gonna overheat and blow up.
Well, the funny thing is there's a warranty that covers that too.
Now, do you not have to make your payment when your car is all jacked up? I know, it doesn't work that way.
You still make your payment. So Kingpin says, is there a train you can take? Well, see, I don't think you can actually take a firearm on the train.
Think
Or
or
you're not-
no?
I know you can declare it and have one, just like being on an airplane. But
Yeah, so there's a process.
I don't do checked bags. Just like flying. I've never had any checked bags. So
Ting Ting says she lives in the Oklahoma area too. So that'd be kind of cool if I did go out there and get to meet some people. That would be all right.
well, if you go to Wanamaker, you're gonna probably run into Ghost Tactical, Clover Tac, Gizzard Gary, Snob, the Gun Snob, Mystic Guns. Those guys are like staples there, and they do
The
media.
whole flock.
You might get C4 Defense and Obnoxious, depending.
You're
Weston
more than
Probes.
welcome. Oh, go ahead.
Weston Probes is another guy that goes over there all the time. Sometimes roll call. It was. I guess that was an open invitation for all of us to come over to.
Oh, they're getting yelled at.
Better than you getting smacked, huh?
Oh no, she's telling you guys to drink.
I'm doing my best.
Chris said he's doing his best.
So Gizzard says he's made it to every Wanamaker since 2018.
All right. Well, you guys are making it look like I might go to Wanamaker then. That's about the only, since I'm not going to be able to make it to any of the other ones this year.
So that's an absolute hell no.
For me?
No.
Oh.
Kingpin. He says, I'm going to say it. Get ready. Here we go. Leave your gun at home.
He's scared. You don't know how to defend himself.
Oh, I can defend myself. I've been in plenty of damn fights.
Please, man. You're the tool. You're the weapon. The gun's just a tool. I mean, I'm with you. I try to always struggle with the gun too, but if it comes down to it, you know. You
Yeah.
gotta bring out that inner badass and step up.
He called you a tool.
Now, I like the Men of Tupperware's idea. He said we could carpool. Now, if I get guys to ride with me, I'll definitely drive it. Or girl, I don't care, whoever, but I hate making them long drives by myself.
Carpooling's kind of a good way to do it. You stay fresh and just keep moving.
Yeah.
That, and you got multiple people helping to pay for the gas.
Yeah, that's a plus too. They might not want to pay for gas in my truck.
Well, if everyone chips in, you got 4 different people going, that each person pays a quarter of the gas fill up every time.
Well, we're looking at about 1,700 miles round trip with, well, I'm out on the highway. I'll probably get 15, 16.
Telling me you don't have a little Honda or something for travel like this?
No, heck no. I'm too big to.
That's why
I'm too big and fat to ride around in.
That's why you got to get yourself like a Nissan Rogue. I'm telling you.
I don't mind paying for gas to be comfortable. I like my big
truck. Make sure the
trucks.
heater works.
The Rogue.
Thank you, Sergeant Joe Smith. I appreciate that, man.
Kingpin says he traded his car for a killer moped. Who's with him?
You live in Florida, might not be a bad idea.
So, oh crap! I didn't even notice. I guess I'll be right back. I gotta plug the computer in.
Oh,
That might be a good thing to do.
Yep.
Yeah, the ladies get one drink.
Was she having a little party?
Yeah. It's all right. She's got to chug her the whole drink now. So some kind of drinking Jenga game.
Oh yeah, I saw you put the picture of that up earlier.
Last time we tried this, the lady like kept dumping it time after time. It was hilarious.
Yeah, man, a Tupperware. If you want to get something together and let me know. Like I said, though, I'm not going to be able to do the April one. I'd have to do the November. I got too much stuff going on. It's like 2 months before I get married. So I got probably a trip to Tulsa. That right before I go to Vegas would not be good. Pat said you must be having a crazy night, Rob.
I'm the only one.
I got a torch, man.
Rob's going to be in a lot of trouble here in about 15 minutes.
So Kingpin's out there throwing some links out for Gizzard Gary over on Odyssey. And I wanted to ask you that earlier. When you said something earlier, G, about every time you upload to YouTube, it goes over to Utreon or whatever. Now, what about if I did that, what about the videos I already have published on YouTube?
If you can, Utreon will take everything you've already published plus every future publish.
Okay. I was just thinking about that's like another backup too, right there.
Man, they rigged this game. No, I feel bad. You guys don't seem to be having as much fun. Have some more fun out there. Come on, Chris. Shake a leg or something.
Well, Pat Hirsch wants to jump on with us, and as soon as G's back, Pat, I'll see what he says. I don't have the power to do that.
I think I have your email address, Pat. Let me look.
Hey, I wonder where Bald's at tonight. Kingpin just put up his link. Haven't seen him yet.
Working on his Glocks.
There we go. Link should be sent to Mr. Pat Hirsch. So. Yeah, Odyssey is another one that if you're over a certain subscriber count on YouTube, they'll automatically transfer your files over.
Mm-hmm. What's the subscriber count?
It used to be 300, but I don't know what they moved it up to, because now I'm up over the 300 mark and they still haven't moved a single one of my videos over. So,
You're a clock guy.
yeah. But Utreon, it took probably about a week to get all my stuff over there. And then from then on out, it's just been going up. As soon as the video posts, it transfers over. So, have a great evening there, Mr. Kingpin.
Hey, Pat.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are we all doing tonight?
Doing good.
Awesome. Awesome.
Pat.
Hey, what's going on, Rob? Long time no speak.
Yeah. Hopefully you made it out of the chats last night okay.
What's that?
That hopefully you made it out of the chats last night okay.
Yeah, honestly, that was the first night that I've been feeling worth a dang for a little bit. So I thought I'd jump on for a little bit and just see if my voice was still working.
So,
yeah, just getting over the Wuhan flu.
So Ting Ting says, I have a question about a PF45. I just need to wet sand the channel, then emery with Dremel. You can... I don't even know if you need to really wet sand. I've seen them done different ways on how to remove the plastic from the channel. I've seen some people use pocket knives. I've seen some people use X-Acto knives. I've seen a bunch of them just use the Dremel with the different attachments. And then finish off with the kind of the emery sandpaper roller for the Dremel. So the one thing, if you're going to use a Dremel, you want to make sure you have a variable speed Dremel, so that you can turn the speeds down so that you can really get in there and be precise, because you don't want to remove too much. And if you make a mistake, then you've wasted the money on that frame, and now you got to go buy a new one and start over again. So the one thing is definitely take your time and don't try to rush anything, and everything will be fine.
I'm going back through my video to see if I showed how to take the channel out. Don't know if I showed that or not. I know I didn't. I did not wet sand mine.
There's a few different videos that are on YouTube that show how to do any of your 80% builds. And
yeah, I mean, if you don't mind me making a recommendation, if you're probably the best channel for you to watch, Ting Ting, if you're wanting to get into this Polymer 80 game, is Marine Gun Builder. Has got the best videos on how to do it. I studied his videos to a T. Now, P80 Ralph had a really good channel too, but he got shut down and started a new channel, and I don't know how many videos he has up right now.
so we have a couple new guys out in the crowd. Well, they're not. They just showed up. We've got the Goddamn Bacon. He's got a great channel. And the co-host of the overnight show, Mr. Baron SVG.
I'll get some links up to their channels here in a minute. So yeah, Ting Ting, I do. There's a video. If you go back through mine, there's a Strike Industry Strike 80 Project Part 1 video I did, and I kind of show a little bit of how to take that channel out. So, but Marine Gun Builder is that guy will show you every trick there is to building a Polymer 80.
Yep.
All right, let me grab these guys. I'm gonna get, so I got to get the Goddamn Bacon and I get Baron.
Lady just got a new drink, and she just pulled the cube that told her to finish her drink.
That wasn't planned by any chance, was it, Rob?
Hey, she made the game, not me.
I think Rob's trying to get her really drunk so he can take advantage of her.
No, she made the game.
Yeah, don't hate the player, just hate the game, right?
So he says we have no proof that she actually is the one that made the game.
Yeah, before my pea brain gets sidetracked, I was going to ask you fellows out there, when it comes to slicking something up really good, just kind of like what you guys are talking about, I've had pretty good luck with valve grinding compound. There is a coarse, and then there is a fine. I had my Ruger. No, not my Ruger. What was it? It was my carbine. It was my High Point carbine. It felt a little grindy and a little rough when I was pulling back on the bolt to load the first one in. So what I did is I took valve lapping compound, the very fine stuff. It's not the 15, it's the 2000 grit stuff. Put it down in the channels on there, on the slide, and just reassembled it, ran it back and forth, probably, let's say probably about 40, 50 times, tore it back apart, cleaned it up, oiled it, and then threw it all back together. And as far as a metal on metal situation, man, that smoothed it up. I don't know if any of you guys ever tried that before or not.
No, but this is doing like an 80% firearm, so you got to remove the extra material before to create the channel that your guide rod and your barrel are going to slide in. So you got to actually remove that portion.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of something totally different. I'm sorry.
No, 80% build.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were trying to be a little coded a little bit, I guess you could say. So
I gotcha.
Hey, Gunpowder Beauty, thanks for throwing out those links. I appreciate it. And I was not subscribed to Bacon's channel, but I am now. I was already subscribed to Baron.
Looks like we got another troll out there.
Yep.
Well, Gunpowder's out there. I just want to say, what's up? Because that girl's cool. And she knows a good display when she sees one.
She's good at getting rid of the trolls too. He's gone.
Yep.
Awesome.
Vanessa Kitty is awesome and Gunpowder Beauty are awesome at getting trolls. I mean, if they've got a wrench in a chat room, if a troll shows up, they're gone, like quick.
Speaking of gone, I'm gonna jump out.
Have a great evening. You want to plug your stuff before you get out of here?
No. Go buy an R&L display, and everybody have a good night.
All right, night. Boss.
Have a good night, Foss.
Hey, Tupperware, I did share your channel link earlier, but I'll throw it out again. No big deal.
There we go.
So, how's the farm life going?
What's that?
How's the farm life going?
Oh, going good. Just about ready to start our first year heifers on the cabin here in about 8 days. So things are about ready to get really busy. So if you guys don't see me around for a little bit, you know what happened.
Yeah, I saw your video earlier out in the tractor when you did the live.
Yeah, the first one screwed up, and I don't know what happened. It just kind of like dumped me out all by itself. It said I had good signal where I was at, but then I had to restart and do a second one. But then it did it again after about 15 minutes. It did it again, so I was like, okay, I give up. That's the second time. So, but no, everything's doing good. Just got the build going on back there right now. All the Monstrum parts and everything on the AR back there. Really liking it so far. I really do. I used to be a machinist in a previous life, so I may wind up taking that Picatinny rail and lightening it up some more, and kind of try to make it more of a skeletonized piece, just to get rid of some of the weight on the front end of it. I mean, it's not bad by any means, but anything I can do to keep the rifle a little bit lighter, doesn't hurt, because I'm not the world's biggest guy. So
Don't sell yourself short.
Oh, okay, I got to respond to this real quick. Sergeant Joe Smith says, you had more hair earlier. Well, I did up until about an hour ago.
And then his wife snuck up behind him with some shears and said, "You remember remember how the sheep feel? Now you know."
Yeah, she was getting tired of it, and it's supposed to be like 50, 60 degrees here next week, and I was like, "Yep, I can't pass this opportunity up." So I just took it all off.
Is that 50 or 60 below?
No, above, actually, believe it or not. Here on the open plains in Nebraska. It probably should.
So speaking of the open plains of Nebraska, June 4th, Defense Dad and Travis P11 are going to be doing a YouTubers get together. If people are in the Nebraska area or want to travel to the Nebraska area and hang out and spend the day at the range, shooting different firearms making videos, having fun, and everything. It's, I think, $25 per person who's going to be going to the range. So
yes, and hopefully, willing, as long as everything works out okay, I am RSVPing Defense Dad tomorrow, and me and the wife are going to be there at Thunder on the Prairie. So I'm really excited to be able to meet up with everybody and actually be able to get to meet a bunch of people this go around. So ought to be a lot of fun.
Chris probably won't be able to go because he'll be out in Vegas getting hitched around that time.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Getting married? Nice.
Yeah, I'll make it next year.
Poor bastard. Oh, what?
Sucker.
He only said that because he knew his wife was coming down.
That was Mrs. in a bunker, and she's there. You got me with the weed eater, didn't you?
Hello, better half.
She's definitely the better half. Trust me.
Hello, Mrs. Pat.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, me and the wifey are hoping to make it out there. We should be done with planting and everything, so as long as everything goes well. Kidding.
Oh, freaked out kitty.
Oh, didn't like that.
No.
G-Web says that Walk the Talk America is doing a live show right now, I guess. So I will have to catch that again in replay.
So, Pat, what was your first gun?
The first one that I bought, or the first one that was given to me, or the first one I learned on?
First one you actually paid for yourself.
That would have been my Henry lever action 22. Would have been my first gun. I had several guns given to me through grandparents and stuff like that. You know, just hunting guns. You know, I hadn't got anything real big or heavy at that time. But yeah, little Henry lever action 22. I bought it as soon as I graduated college. And yeah, I still have it to this day. And man, I absolutely love it.
What gun couldn't you live without, Pat? Out of your firearms,
Oh,
which one could you not live without?
no, don't say stuff like that. No.
Well, it's just the questions that were asked earlier. So since you're here, I figured
Okay.
we'd get another person's opinion.
I like.
Wow, that's a really tough one. Boy. I'd say right now it'd probably have to be the one right behind me, because I've got it set up for a longer range with the scope, and I've got that Monster Vader red dot on it that I'm really digging right now with the flashlight in the grip and everything. It's got more multi-rolled ever since I did all that stuff to it.
Got a question for you.
Shoot.
Do we have the video coming out here shortly on the proper mounting of a Vader red dot onto an AR and the glass situation?
Oh. Yeah. I will bring that up in my video. Okay, total disclosure, and Chris knows this because I talked to him about it a little bit. I've never had a red dot before at all. So I didn't know how they were designed or anything, and I know they're all built different, but the way this one was built, I didn't even notice it until I got it on the gun and mounted with the Canon 45-degree piece on there off the Picatinny, and I seen that the glass wasn't straight. It had a little bit of a slant, and I was like, oh man, they didn't get the glass in there right. I was like, crap, I got to disassemble this whole thing, and I've got to contact them, and I've got to send it back and all this. And finally, I contacted them. Oh, it was probably later in the day, and then I got something back about 10 or 11 o'clock the next morning with a diagram and a picture and an explanation and everything. And I just had to take my hat off and just do one of these because I didn't do my homework. So I felt kind of like a dumbass. But anywho, yeah, first time red dot owner, so that was my own fault. So, and I have shared that story openly, just so that way, hopefully, somebody else down the road doesn't do the. They're like, oh, okay, well, this glass is supposed to be. No, it's supposed to be that way.
I believe you shared that on this live stream back when it may have been Chris's first time on here.
Yep.
First or second time coming on.
Yep.
I can beat that, man. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, speaking of red dots, I had a video that I had put up. I don't even remember what red dot it was. I think it was a Viridian or something I was doing a review on, and the adjustments were backwards on it. And so a guy leaves a comment in the video. This is like a month after I posted the video, and he said, "You got the red dot on backwards." And I thought, no, there's no way in hell I got that red dot on backwards. But boy, he got me to thinking, and I went and got that gun out of the safe. I took it down into my gun room, took the dot off, was sitting there looking through it, and I was like, it was on right. But boy, he sure got me thinking. He had me rattled for a minute.
That's funny. I was going to say, I got you beat on stupid. I mailed out something not long ago. It might have been the Gizzard Gary, I think it was. And I put my address where the sender should go and all that. Basically, I reversed it. So basically, I mailed it back to myself. So how stupid is that? Like that's like grade school stupid, right?
I don't know if that's grade school.
Or
first time
or
I've
was
ever
it
done it in my
drunken night?
life. Have you ever done that?
It could have just been an accidental drunken mistake.
No. I don't do stuff like that when I'm drinking. Like I don't do, business stuff or whatever.
No, because when what was it, G? Then that kind of sparked a conversation into all the stupid stuff that everybody on the panel had done that night. I think Clover had blown out 2 bore sighters out of his gun, if I remember right. He shared that story. He had the bore sights in there, and he accidentally shot him out the end. So,
Yeah. Gizzard says, that's okay, Rob. I did a video review of your rifle stand and had the magazine insert in backwards.
You did, man.
I'm
And I
pretty
give
sure.
you credit because you left the video up too. I was like, hey, whatever.
I'm pretty sure I have that same situation with the PCC stand and the G23 on it backwards, according to Rob.
We've all done stupid shit. That's how we learn.
Yeah.
You know what?
Being able to admit it is a giant leap, though. It really is. So. You
It's
gotta
all
laugh at
human
yourself
condition.
if you're gonna laugh at somebody else, like the
Yeah.
Glock guy.
Agreed, Rob.
It was kind of interesting today when I was backing all that stuff up, like going back to stuff I had took pictures of and filmed clear back in like 2009 and 10. And I'm like, man, what was I thinking when I did that? Like buying stuff that people told me not to buy, and it happens.
That's like looking at a yearbook. You're like, what the hell? Like, what was I thinking?
Exactly. That's all right. We all live and learn. Or at least most of us do anyway.
I don't know, Giz. You put out some pretty damn good content. I wouldn't say there's a whole lot to laugh at. Somebody who you laugh at, Snob, there's a lot of videos he has out there that I just start laughing at him like, what in the hell were you thinking?
Just continue picking on the Snob from last night.
Hey, no Snob. Snob's all right, man. Guy tried to set me up to go to prison, but in the end, he's all right.
Oh man, guys, I hate to bring bad news to the channel, but if I'm reading correctly over in the chat, Willie passed away today.
Oh shit.
What?
Who?
Willie Bulletman.
Oh man,
Damn, that sucks, man.
Yeah, he was on here a few times, and he's been fighting COVID, so I really hope not. But I guess we'll take a minute out. Let me.
Man, that one's bringing a tear to my eye there, man. I love that guy.
Let me do one thing real quick before we'll do this correct. We'll if I can get this to work. Yet so many different things,
Ting Ting, his name was Willie Bulletman. He was another YouTuber. He's a good guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He was definitely very, very knowledgeable and everything. So,
Dang, that makes 2 in 2 weeks.
Anybody know if he was vaccinated? Is that a curiosity?
I do believe he was.
I thought so. Sad deal.
So we're going to do a moment of silence.
Thanks, G. Appreciate that.
Yep. So, Godspeed, Willie. Rest in peace. And if you guys can keep him in your thoughts and prayers, his family, because just like 45 Alpha Charlie Papa, the family is going to be missing him a lot. And they're definitely going to be needing some support, guys. So
Jamie's got to be devastated.
yeah, I don't even know.
And we'll all be in the same place soon.
Yeah. I don't know, man. He was an amputee. He was just the happiest go lucky guy all the time when he was online. Fucking COVID.
It's definitely cool.
Yep. So, that's kind of not the way I wanted to close out the show, but
well, I knew there was a lot of people in the side chat and on here that knew him, and I thought maybe I should say something. So, not to bring everything down, but
Rob, you want to go ahead, plug your channel and everything before we bail out? Because I'm gonna text Willie's wife.
Yeah, well, obviously, New York Outcast, if you're interested in the channel. All right. And basically, R&L Displays. And obviously, check out everybody with us to chat and everybody. And, yeah. Sorry to hear about Willie. But, you know, we're all going there at one time or another. So I don't mean to sound morbid or anything, but at least, you know, he doesn't have to deal with this daily bullshit we got to sometimes. So it's all perspective.
Yeah, and he's been suffering.
I'm sure he was.
Long.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's accepted the terms of death a long time ago with his previous profession. So, yeah, he got a good run.
Yep. So
I wish him well. I wish his family well. Obviously, I'd like him to be around. Cool guy, but you know, we can't beat it. One day it's all of us. So, you know, people next to you, things like that. You never know what days your last. So, don't be an asshole. You know, reach out, say hi, say hello. But all right, that's all I got. Plus, you know, it's a little bit of alcohol. So sorry.
What you got, Pat?
Yeah, go check me out on my channel at Pat Hirsch on YouTube. Hopefully a video coming up on that whole thing right there. Coming either filming it this weekend or beginning of the week. But yeah, go check out everybody else's channel too. There's all a bunch of guys on here. Just want to say thoughts and prayers go out to Willie and all of his friends and his family out there. It really sucks. I know it's probably hard right now, but everybody's thinking about you, thinking about him, and thinking about his family and his friends. So anyway, that's all I got.
Chris, you want to plug your channel?
Yep, you can. My channel's Chris from the 740. Tuesday, I will be uploading a new video of a red dot optic I just got. Wednesday, my live chat will be from 8 to 10 Eastern. I'm sure, hopefully, G will be over there with me on that one. And Thursday, I'll be putting up another video with all the stuff I'm doing to that Taurus TX22. That's what I got going on.
Thank you, and yeah, it's a lot of fun hanging out on your live chat on Wednesday nights, and I'd say more people need to come hang out over there and have some fun. So we had Ghost Tactical on tonight. He's got a pretty good channel. So if you're not subscribed to him, you might check out his stuff and see if it's a channel for you. And I would definitely say check out DM Foss if you're not subscribed to him. He's got a pretty awesome channel, and everyone should go and subscribe to him.
And one last thing, thanks for all the questions over in the side chat, guys. You guys are what make these live chats go. We appreciate every one of you over there.
Yep, definitely.
Yep. See you guys next Saturday for a live chat here, and I will be attempting to get some videos out this next week. So if you want another live stream that's going on right now, you've got Uncle Jim, who has a live stream that's over on the Uncle Jim channel. And then you've got Rich White, who's doing a wrestling chat. And then pretty soon you have Guns and Barbecue doing his barbecue chat. And I think Ting Ting said she had some questions for you. So there, Chris.
Yeah, Ting Ting, you can, my email is posted on the About on my YouTube channel. You can always email me. If I comment back on everybody's comments on my videos, or you can come over to the chat Wednesday night if you're free and ask me all the questions you want. So I always like to answer questions.
Okay, well, I'm going to play an outro real quick, and we're going to get out.
Eat a salad, don't buy Glocks.